Welcome. It is my February TBR. I've overcommitted. That's okay. Let's get into it. I have 2 buddy reads planned. So, Singapore Grip, JG Farrell. This is with Priscilla of Evening Reader and Ros from Scally Dandling about the books. I read Troubles this summer, and Priscilla was gonna read it with me, and she kind of bailed halfway through, which is totally fine, but somehow she and Ros decided to read the 3rd book in JG Farrell's Empires trilogy. And I begged to participate because I did I enjoy the Troubles? Yes, I enjoyed Troubles. I think I enjoyed the craft and respected the craft of Troubles more than I enjoyed the book, if that makes sense. So I'm really interested in reading the Singapore Grip, which I'm going to guess is Singapore, 1939. So this is when Singapore is a British colony, and you know, I'm sure bad things happen. I also have East of Eden. I am hoping that Maya from Maryland, Maya Mendoza, and I are going to get started on a buddy read of East of Eden. This has been like a book on my shelf that like I've like wanted to read this book for a long time, and a buddy read was like just the thing to like get me to commit. So thank you, Maya. And one more, the Beadworkers. This is a short story collection by Beth Piatote. This is part of my Pacific Northwest Indigenous Reading Project with Melinda at A Web of Stories. So this is the first book that we're reading together. Excited to get to these stories with Melinda. So that's 3 buddy reads. Plus, Sarah over at Eyes on Indie is trying to get some people to read the Republic of Consciousness prize, the U.S. Canadian prize list, that and talk about it on our Discord. And I was like, you know, yeah, thinking, because last year I think there were maybe 4 or 5 books on the long list that I was kind of interested in, and then this year the long list came out, and suddenly I'm like, oh no, because I had probably 4 or 5 of those books already on my TBR, and so, you know, I overcommitted. So we'll see how many of those I get to. So I put a bunch of them on hold at the library, and Box by Mandy Suzanne Wong is the only one that has come in yet, but I saw that like 5 others are on their way. So anyway, Republic of Consciousness prize. I'll link to Sarah's video where she talks about reading the long list. Actually, she was going to put out a response video or a reaction video to the long list. And if that video is out, I'll link to that one instead. And it's also, you know, African American History Month. And so I did want to read books for that too. So I'm going to read American Precariat, which is a collection of essays curated by incarcerated writers. So I think this is a collection of, let's see, 15 essays, take a sharp look at the complexity and fluidity of class and caste in the U.S., featuring accounts that include gig work, homelessness among trans youth, burden of student loan debt, with transcripts of discussions between the editors. So I just think this sounds amazing. And I'm really excited to get to that one. I also want to get to Under the Skin by Linda Villarosa. This one, Kim from Middle of the Book March mentioned this book, I think is one of her favorite nonfiction reads of last year. This is The Hidden Toll of Racism on American Lives and on the Health of Our Nation. And so I thought that sounded really interesting. And I worked in healthcare myself, so I'm particularly interested in the topic of healthcare. So I'm excited for that one. And then I had some other random books that were set to come in. So The Bridesmaid by Savyon Liebrecht. He is an Israeli writer, and this is it's the gripping story of a family reunion that unearths a forgotten past and life-changing secrets. Micah is an Israeli expat living in LA, making his living as a ghostwriter. One day he receives an unexpected assignment. Adela, his beloved uncle's wife, has bought him a ticket to Israel and paid for him to stay at an expensive boutique hotel. She wishes to meet with him. Years earlier, Micah was the bridesman at Adela's wedding. La 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 la. Finally, Adela reveals the reason she's invited Micah to stay with her and recounts the long hidden story of her life. Powerful memories resurface and nothing can prepare Micah for the surprise she has in store for him. Doo, doo, doo. So I thought that sounded good, and I put this on hold before the Republic of Consciousness Prize ever got announced. So, like I said, I'm way overcommitted. We will see what I get to. And I gotta read 2 books off my shelf this month. So, oh God. Let's see how I do. Okay. Wish me luck. All right. See ya. Bye-bye.